Let's get your MG Doble and MG Renegade unboxed and fully assembled. Make sure to pause and rewind this video as needed. In this video, we're behind the box, but normally you'd be facing it. The box's front flap hinges down for easy access to lift the bike out. Remove the parts and tools box. For the MG Doble, a bench seat is included. Remove the bench seat. For the MG Renegade, a single seat is included. Reach into the box and release the C-clamp to remove the seat. Remove the cardboard columns and the front wheel. Remove the rear fender. Next, remove the cardboard poncho. Now, grasp the headset and the frame and lift the bike up and out of the box. We recommend using 2 people if needed. Now let's go over what's inside your parts and tools box. For MG Doble owners, you'll find your seat support. We include all the tools necessary for assembly, the front wheel axle. For MG Doble owners, a bag of screws and wire clips. Additionally, you'll find straps, a manual, and your charger. Once you remove everything, close and save this box as it will be used in upcoming steps. Securely place the bike on the floor so it doesn't fall over. Kickstand down and lean against a wall. Release the reusable zip ties and remove the foam from the bike, but leave the handlebars wrapped. Next, we'll be installing the fenders. Remove the protective film from the fender and use a razor to trim the film around the rivets if needed. Remove the screws from the bag taped to the fender. Carefully push the first fender tab between the wheel and the frame. Push the fender down and press it against the deflated tire to get the fender tab through. Position the tabs over the holes in the frame and secure them using screws and washers. Attach the fender stays using the screws. Use the correct Allen key to tighten the 4 screws. Release the reusable zip tie around the front wheel and fender next. Bring the front fender, screws, tools, and the parts and tools box next to the bike. Use the parts and tools box under the foot pegs and use it as a center stand for the front fender and wheel installation. When installing the front fender, the fender tabs go around the outside of the top of the fork. Use the long screw and sleeve at the top of the fender. Push the sleeve through the tab in the fender and the hole in the fork. Insert the screw in the sleeve via the hole in the back of the fork. Use 2 Allen keys to tighten the screws, then attach and tighten the fender stays using the screws. Next is part 1 of 2 of installing the front wheel. Make sure you watch part 2 in order to completely and safely install your front wheel. Remove the 3 reusable zip ties from the front wheel. Locate the quick release axle and unscrew the thumb knob. Take the knob and one spring completely off the axle. Insert the axle into the wheel from the non-brake side of the wheel. Put the small side of the spring on, then screw the knob on a few turns. Remove the fork guard from the axle slots and lift the bike with one hand and guide the wheel in. With the clamp on the wheel open, guide the rotor into the caliper, then the axle into the fork slots. Tighten the knob a few rotations, then close the clamp loosely for now. We'll tighten it all the way in part 2. Now, part 1 of 2 on installing the handlebars. With a firm grip, twist while pulling the protective stem cap off. Rotate the handlebars as needed to get the cables oriented properly out front. Open the clamp on the handlebar base. Orient the handlebars so they are aligned with the bike and the throttle side is on top. Slide the stem into the base. Rotate the handlebars downward so the spiral stem rotates securely into place. Then close the clamp. You will have about a finger width of space when the stem has properly spiraled into place. Now, for MG Doble owners, let's move on to the bench seat and rear light installation. For MG Renegade owners, you can fast forward to about 7 minutes and 38 seconds in this video. Locate your seat support strut and large hardware screws. Take the large Allen key and the longest screws. Then slide the strut into place on the frame and align it with the holes in the frame. Use the largest screws to secure it to the frame. Carefully press down on the fender and slide the strut over the fender. Insert the seat into the seat tube. Next, carefully press down on the fender and move the support strut into place and align it with the holes in the seat. Prepare the seat screw with the spacer on it and make sure the curved side of the spacer is facing the frame of the bike when you install the seat screw. Insert the screw and tighten it. Now, insert and tighten the support strut screws. Then make sure all the seat screws are tightened. Now take your rear light and remove the thumb nuts and washers. Pass the light through the seat strut. Install the light onto the seat plate, then put the washers on and tighten the thumb nuts. Now take the included clips and place them over the wire. Clip them onto the attachment points under the seat. Insert the clip on one side, then press hard until it clicks into place. Repeat on each point under the seat. Once clipped in, pull the wire tight and push the slack back into the frame. For MG Renegade owners, now we'll install the single seat and rear light. MG Doble owners can skip forward to about 8 minutes and 12 seconds in this video. Remove the thumb nuts and the washer from the rear light and loosen the thumb nuts for the light plate on the seat. Then insert the seat and position the light plate. Install the light onto the light plate and install the washers and thumb nuts and tighten them down. Adjust the seat height and wrap the excess wire around the seat and push the slack back into the frame. Now, let's adjust the front light. Loosen the thumb nuts, adjust the angle, and tighten the thumb nuts. Time to finish the front wheel install, so let's go to part 2 of 2. Open the quick release clamp and tighten the knob several turns. Position the clamp and test closing until it's tight to close. Make sure to allow the front wheel to sit evenly in the fork and close the clamp. Lift the front wheel and test the wheel rotation. If the wheel was not installed evenly, open the clamp to slightly adjust the position, close the clamp, and reset. Time for the final part of the handlebar assembly. First, adjust the tightness of the quick release clamp for the stem. Open the clamp and adjust the pressure knob. When properly tight, it should leave a slight red mark on your palm when you close the quick release clamp. When the handlebars are properly tightened, they will feel solid. Inflate the tires to the correct pressure listed on the side of the tire, usually around 30 psi. Make sure to test the brakes before every ride. Take a seat on the bike and roll it back and forth. Squeeze each brake lever independently to make sure the front and back brakes are working properly. Before your first ride, we recommend fully charging the battery. Plug the charger into the bike under the frame to charge both batteries. The included adapter is for charging a spare battery or charging your batteries outside of the bike, but you can just plug the charger directly into the frame charging port on the bike for normal charging. The charger LED will be red while it's charging and turn green once the bike is fully charged. Thanks for watching, and make sure to go watch our MG First Ride video before you go rip up some hills.